Alright guys, welcome. We are here at Mentor Asia Pacific and we are at Nissan. This is one of my good friends right now and we are going to be talking about what his story is. So this is our 4th episode for Mentor Asia Pacific. Once again, I'm Alvin Sanga and this is RJ. RJ Valentin, and we're going to get into it. So RJ, man, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And humbled to be here.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little, man. So first things first, we'll start with a fun one. Share something that not a lot of people know about you. Share one thing, maybe if you know.
This is super, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think my life is on social media maybe 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things is from the past things that we've done, like, you know, network marketing, leading up to, you know, the car sales. I guess I was forced to be out, you know, but I guess what people doesn't really know about me, what people don't know about me is that I'm very private, man. Like, I like one-on-ones. I like, I don't really share so much about my private life. Like, I'm very private in that manner. But the job and the things that I like to do forces me to have to be outside and marketing myself and stuff like that. So I don't know. For me, share a little bit, hold back a little bit. Makes it kind of mysterious a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
So he's a mysterious kind of guy. But let's get into your story then. So you touched a little bit on it. You did a little bit of network marketing, and you're here at Nissan now. So between there, from then and now, what's your story? How did you get to where you are today?
You know, nothing really. It was, you know, the funny story about it. Me getting into Nissan was a cluster of things, you know what I mean? My girlfriend was getting headhunted for Leo Palace, and at this time I was at Marc Jacobs. I was a manager I was a supervisor at Marc Jacobs, and my girlfriend was getting headhunted, and we have the same pay, you know? So she was getting offered like 8 to 10 G's, I think, increase, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, of course, in front of her, I was like, yeah, you know, good job, you know, go do it, whatever. But in my head, I'm like, hell no, you're not gonna make more money than me. You know what I mean? So, opportunity came. One of my coworkers applied here at Nissan, but they were telling him to be on the sales, and he didn't want. He wanted to be in the operations side. So, he called me and he's like, oh, you're perfect for the job. Submit a resume. So I did, just playfully. You know, because I was set on my job over there. You know, I wasn't doing much anymore, you know, but pretty much just, I already know the job. You know, I got it. You know what I mean? I applied just for kicks. Got an interview. After the interview, you know, they loved me and hired me pretty much. So even at that, I wasn't going to take the job. Just because I was scared. Now, don't get me wrong, the car sales are very exciting, very high-paced industry, but I didn't think I was ready, you know, for all of that. But I immediately, my previous job wanted me to fire some people who's been on the job for so long, and I guess I get my emotions the best in me. So I told my GM, hey, how about this? How about I just quit? Oh! You know what I mean? So I quit and I started at Nissan in 2016, and 2016 until now I'm still banging, you know. So yeah.
So I know a little inside information, of course. So you know, I know you do this. Yeah. You did Marc Jacobs. So you did retail.
Yeah.
We know there's stuff that. So share me what's those other stories that you got behind those scenes?
I've always believed that profits are better than wages. You know, Jim Rohn. That's never been more truer than now. You know. when I was little, I mean, 4 years ago, I never really understood. I had an idea what it meant, but now I'm understanding it more and more as I age. So profits are better than wages. Wages are, you get that from jobs like this, W-2. You get paid for the hour that you put in. But I soon realized that everybody needs a little bit of hustle on the side, like something to, I don't know, something to play around with, or something to invest, something to supplement the income for some people. So I was supervising Marc Jacobs, but I was also doing some side business, and that was I started Melaleuca. We did Vitalis. I didn't make any money in both those companies, and then I got into Wake Up Now, which is software services. We made a lot of money on that, but sadly went bankrupt, so it closed down. And then of course after that, after a long break, we did cryptocurrency. We got involved with cryptocurrency, and around that time we invest in cryptocurrency. You know, everybody's laughing at us and stuff like that, but it blew up to be what it was, and we got involved with USI, made a lot of money with USI, but unfortunately there was changes of laws that didn't allow us to, you know, to go what we initially. But you know, of course, business are just like that, and you know, to me, keep your 9 to 5, right? This is what we always say in our presentation. It's just build, you know, pay your bills from 9 to 5, build your dream from 5 to 9, and I think that everybody needs a side hustle, especially something that I'm passionate about. This thing right now, right? You're getting started mentor, right? MEP, right? I don't see the monetary value for now, right? And it doesn't have to be, but just the purpose alone, I feel like is really gonna help so much people. And I think, you know, you have a 9 to 5, and also you're doing this when you're off hours, and yeah, this could bring you potentially something in the future. I think it's important to have it, and that's what I did too. Also, you know, we dabble in real estate a little bit. You know what I mean? So we have a couple of investments. Bought my house, my first house, when I was 27 with the help of, you know, my mom. In between, I'm on my second house now, but in between, I was involved in buying and selling to partners and everything. So, just honestly, like, I only count my 9 to 5 as far as my income, but what I don't see, and probably the most returns I've got was on this side stuff.
For sure.
So, yeah.
So, I like those talking points. I mean, that's what we're trying to put out there, especially for the generation now, is that you know, we're going to keep our day jobs for the most part, but we also need to put something on the side. Like we were always talking about multiple streams of income, so that's where we're looking. So, you know, we've talked about that. We've talked about what we're doing, but of course, there's always going to be difficult moments, and everybody doesn't want to highlight those things, but of course, we need to hear about those. But you know, if you're to pick 1 or 2 moments that you've had a tough time in, what would you say was?
Oh man, my 2 major ventures are that actually just changed the course of my life. Maybe would be the real estate thing, and the collapse, I think, of Wake Up Now. I think at that time I've seen my first success with network marketing and an industry that I still believe in up until now, right? We were hitting the top ranks. Like, I was, you know, we were. I had a tour. You know, I had a mini tour, Seattle, to Seattle, and then I went to convention. Then we went to Vegas to party. I was really on top of the world, like, and I made more in some other parts, but the Wake Up Now one was my initial, like, when you had your first girlfriend, you know what I mean? You everything is amplified. So when the collapse of Wake Up Now really hurt me, like, I don't care what people say, you know what I mean? That, you know, it's this and that, and you guys are this and that. But I was more like, dude, I was in the pinnacle, in my opinion, of my, I guess, business career. My relationship with my mom was getting better at that time, just because she was a very businessy woman, and now she saw that I was doing something else, right? I was doing something that I'm passionate about. And so our relationship was getting better. She felt like she could talk to me in that business manner. So everything that I worked for towards that time, Alvin, I'm talking about, I'm gonna come to work 1:30, Mark Jacobs at the time, 1:30 to 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm doing meetings 11 to freaking, I don't know, 4 a.m. I'm talking hustling, right? That was a good 6 months of hustle, no breaks, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So to me, getting back into the horse is really one of the hard times. But you know, who doesn't get knocked out? Who's a champion and doesn't get knocked out? You know what I mean? So if you're a champion and you believe you're always a champion, hey, there will be times where you're gonna get punched. You know what I mean? There will be times where you're gonna fall. But I know it's hard to get up, but just get up. You know, just get up and fight again. You know. So that's what we did with Wake Up Now. We got involved in some other things, and you know, we're still, you know, it's not the end of the world. We're still living, and you know what? Everything that we're working on right now too can be gone in just a snap. But you know, just remember that nothing is forever, and that the only thing is forever is right here, right? So as long as you got that, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah.
Deeper than I thought we were gonna be.
I know. I'm just going. You know what I mean? I'm just going.
So you talk about your mom, and so I think she's probably one of your mentors. So talk me through, like, who are your mentors? You can tell more about your mom, and how did they either inspire you or push you forward to where you are?
I mean, I have so much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the kind of person. I'm easy to what do you call this? I'm easy to pick up. You know what I mean? I'm easy to listen. I'm easy to see the better things in people. You know. So, but 3 major ones, I have to say, number 1 is my mother. You know what I mean? I've never been with this lady for the first 16 years of my life, so I don't know this lady at all until I was able to reunite with her here on Guam when I was 16. So tough love, like I can't even imagine, like now that I look back at it, like she was tough. Like she is so career focused at the time that we met, that she brings work at home. And when I hear, you know, kids nowadays talk about their parents, like, oh, I hate my mom because, you know, her stress at work is she brings that at home. Dude, that's just the reality of life. You know, when you have someone so focused into their career, they bring that thing. You know what I mean? They bring that thing anywhere they go, 24/7. Sometimes they dream about it, you know? And so she was very corporate with us, with me and my siblings. And you do this for me because you live in my house for free. That's the kind of environment that we had, you know? But that kind of tough love, she never gave me everything that I wanted. I had to beg for $1 for my snack for high school. Like, that forced me to grab a job at 16, Jungle Java, and even at that, she was the accountant for that company. That she knew what my check was and asked me for the exact amount. You know what I mean? So she really drilled it in me to be frugal, to save, and I guess to just keep working and not worry about like partying and stuff like that. So I owe everything to her. The technicalities is with her. Although it wasn't really a motivating thing, you know what I mean? Because it was very short. She didn't have the time to rah me, you know what I mean? So like, hey, listen, champions, la 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 la. No, she's not like that. She's like, yo, go to work, make some money, save it so you can buy a house later. There was no purpose, but the technical stuff was from her.
Yeah.
Oh snap, the blueprint, she just laid out the blueprint, don't ask any questions, just do this. And now, 16, 15 years later, you know, we're reaping the benefits of the following the blueprint. But she's my top, but I got a couple friends that introduced me to people that changed the course of my whole world. Of course, I'm never gonna forget about Raphael de Allison, one of the best idea generating minds that I met. And of course, a continued inspiration for me is my dropout friends. I'm talking Kevin, who has a successful business, good to go. And of course, my colleague over here, Jeff Valencia's dropout, had a kid at 15, but you know, probably one of the youngest guys I know to have purchased a home, even though the setbacks. So there's a lot of people I you know that I need to mention, but you know who you are, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be any as close to this, you know, to this self now if it wasn't for anybody. But yeah, those are the guys.
So Kev coming on soon, and Raph.
Oh, Kevin Raph is coming on soon. Guys, those guys are fire, I swear.
Yeah, coming on soon. Alright, so we're gonna end with this last one. I know we talked about it when we went to go see Gary Vee, and it was the idea, so I'm thinking 10 years back. It's 2008. I know you got that picture, you got your swag on. Okay, so 3 pieces of advice that you would give yourself at that time.
Number 1, it's okay. You know, it's funny because I'm giving advice to my 10 less years old self, but I think it still applies up to now. Hey man, it's okay to listen to the voice inside of your head that says, you know, this is enough, this is enough. Back when I was, of course, a very traditional family, you know, Filipino family would tell you to go to college and be a nurse, you know what I mean? And that's just not always how it pans out for everybody. And even at that, I forced myself to finish school, right? So I think it's important to just take a breather and figure out your aces, and if your aces works at your current situation. I think that's what I didn't do. I just follow what anybody is doing and what anybody told me. My life would have been very different by now. Maybe, I don't know, I would have been a rapper. Who knows? I don't know. But that's number 1. Number 2, you're doing just fine, bro. You know what I mean? Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 29. It just doesn't. The story is not the same, and so the results of this story you can't compare. You know what I mean? So 1 + 1 is not equals 2 + 2, just much like your chapter 1 is not the same as somebody else's chapter 9. So everybody's circumstance is different, and so you just gotta have to figure out what you're good at and figure out your aces and proceed. Yeah. One more piece of advice. These girls don't really care about you. No. I mean,
we're gonna put that there.
Honestly, stop being passive aggressive. Know what you want and get what you want. Speak it out. You know what I mean? If you just keep the comments in your head and not out, you're gonna deal with a very difficult situation. You're gonna have to deal with a very difficult situation for you that you don't even want to be in. So please voice it out, whatever you need, whenever you need to voice out, and don't keep it in your heart. I mean, somebody else, if somebody needs to hear you, if you need help, you know, grab somebody and voice it out, you know. And I'm pretty sure that even though they're not much of help to you, just voicing it out will show you a couple of other things that you've never really thought of. So yeah, man, that's probably what I would give my freaking 21-year-old advice, you know. But yeah.
Alright, we're gonna thank RJ for being on the show today.
Oh, man.
So, you know, thanks for coming on, my brother.
It's a pleasure, bro.
This was episode number 4 for Mentor Asia Pacific, and we'll sign on and see you guys next time.
Please, guys, subscribe. Share it to whoever needs it. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks guys for tuning into Mentor Asia Pacific. Once again, I'm Alvin Sanga. Check out all our social media, that's going to be linked down below. Stay tuned, more mentors are to come. We're going to be releasing a mentor every week. And please leave a comment down below for any mentors that you'd like to be featured on the channel, any business professional, entrepreneur, or anybody that you believe is inspiring and can provide to be a mentor for the youth of Guam. Till next time, thank you very much. Sanga out.